Hey kids, my name's Meteorologist Mary Ours. I'm sorry that we couldn't do this in person, but really for today, I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of how I got where I am. So I'm calling this Embracing the Seasons of Life. And I thought about this title of how to incorporate weather, because that's what I know, and life, because that's what we all kind of take part in, is life. And you kind of need to know everything from what you want to do in your career to also your personal life. So I just kind of want to let you guys know, if you do know what you want to do right now, that's great. If you don't, it's okay. I did not know I wanted to be a meteorologist until I was in college. And everyone has a story. So no matter what this person's doing or this person's doing, just know that everyone's story is going to be different. Your path is not going to end up like mine or your best friends or even maybe your significant other. So there's a story for everybody. And then you can be more than one thing. I can't tell you how many times whenever I go somewhere, even whenever I started off in this career, when I was in college at Point Park, and I graduated from there in 2012. So I remember someone came and told me that it was really hard to have a family when you work in this business. And I thought to myself, I'm going to have a family and I'm going to do it all. So you can be a wife, you can be a mom, you can be a scientist, you can be a cheerleader, you can do pretty much anything you want to do. You can play the piano, you can be a soccer player. I mean, even if that's what you do in high school, you can still be more whenever you go to college, and you can have that family, and you can do it all. You can do whatever you want to do. Just determination is key. I'll tell you, if someone told me this is where I would end up 10 years from graduating from college, I wouldn't have believed them, because I didn't believe in myself. So that's an important thing that you always just want to take with you, is don't let anyone ever tell you no, and use your voice. If someone tells you no, don't listen to them, and speak up about how you feel about things that you want. And just make sure that you make it happen. You're the only person that can make it happen. So do whatever you want to do in life and use your resources. I've done things through life that have no relation to meteorology, but it got me to where I am. So everything always leads to something. And then just find out what you're good at and just never give up. So I'm gonna try to keep you guys' attention and show you guys some embarrassing videos of me. But this is kind of funny. What did I want to be whenever I was little? I wanted to be a marine biologist and a zoologist. Whenever I was really little, I would study books, but I was determined. So I was reading books on monkeys, and this is literally what I wanted to do for my life. And then I became a gymnast, and then I broke my arm when I was about 12. And if I didn't break my arm, I would have never ended up going to Point Park, because then I got into musicals. So I went to Point Park, I auditioned to get in, and you're gonna have failures in life. I will promise you that. I wanted to get into Point Park. I didn't think I would get in academically, but I did. I didn't get in for musical theater, and they were like, audition again. And I was like, I don't want to. So I looked at my other options, and I was like, oh, broadcasting. Let me try that. I want to be a news anchor. Kind of relation of being on stage in that aspect. But then I took some courses and wasn't really a fan of the legal stuff behind it, and just wasn't clicking with me. I'm like, what am I going to be? I don't know. And then we had Scott Harbaugh from WPXI come into one of the classes. And I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. I never really knew what a meteorologist did. I didn't really know this is what you could do. So in this business, there's so many different things you can do. You can be a camera operator, thanks to the lovely people who are doing this for me right now. But also you can do sports. You can be an anchor. You can be a reporter. And I've done a little bit of anchoring here and there. I've also done reporting, MMJing, and I'll get to all of that too. There's a lot. But again, you don't have to know what you want to be right now. You can get in here and get in the business, get your foot in the door somehow, and then figure it out. Or figure it out in college. I didn't figure out I wanted to be a meteorologist until my second semester at Point Park. So then I became a meteorologist. So what did I have to do to get here? So I interned here at KDKA in 2011. I also interned in Philadelphia with a political talk show host, and I'm not big on politics at all, if you know me. So I got my foot in the door, and I worked hard, and I did what I had to do. And then I interned here. So I'm going to show you guys a video of me back in 2011, just so you know. It's pretty embarrassing. So this is funny, I had to take pre-calculus and calculus to get into Mississippi State. That's where I went to get my meteorology degree right after Point Park. And I had to take calculus and pre-calculus the same semester. Thankful Point Park let me do that. But what else is funny is in high school, I was not good at math because I didn't apply myself. I also, when you get into journalism, when you have to take elementary math, and I got a C because I wasn't applying myself, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna need this. And that was my first semester at Point Park. And then I was like, you know what, now I need this. This was my senior year at Point Park to get into Mississippi State, and I got an A in pre-calculus and a B in calculus. And then at Mississippi State, whenever I actually had to take some math classes, still did pretty good because I applied myself, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And then I also worked at a clothing store. I've had many, many, many jobs. I worked at a pizza shop. I've worked at Gold's Gym cleaning equipment when I was in college, whatever I could do to make money to help me pay for my education. So yeah, I just didn't think anyone would hire me as a meteorologist if I didn't have a degree, but I was wrong. So I'm gonna show you guys this video. I'm walking on boxes right now too because I'm short. So let me show you video of me whenever I was at KDKA. This is 2011.
Odd weather day today, but this morning, a nice cool morning at 51 degrees, 10 below the normal. Right now, Pittsburgh International, 70 degrees. Humidity a little up from earlier at 61s, partly cloudy skies, and winds out of the south at 5 miles an hour.
Note, I never done anything in front of a green screen before. I also didn't know anything about weather. I just read a book every day about the atmosphere to try to learn.
At the high of 83. Even though we saw some snow yesterday,
Point Park
that
anchoring.
still doesn't mean that we haven't had
Point
one
News
of our
now.
warmest and driest winters east of the Rockies. Wind and low humidity is one reason why 25 states posted their warmest January-March periods on record. Welcome back to Daybreak.
This is
I'm Mary Ours with
2012,
your local
guys.
forecast. After a beautiful day to end our weekend, we are going to start off a little bit
Crazy.
sketchy with mostly cloudy skies and
All right.
a rainy day with the high.
So that's just showing you guys that you can make something of yourself even if you're really bad at first, which I was. All right, so also, all right, we gotta get this back. All right, so here we go. This is when I was in Steubenville, Ohio. So at this time, this is when I was at Mississippi State. And I was also an MMJ. So things about the business. When you're an MMJ, that means you shoot, edit, you report, you get your stories yourself. You're one-man band. I'm sure you heard that terms very many times. And had to do that, had to report outside in the elements, which still, as a meteorologist, go out in the storm. But yeah, I was able to do what I wanted because I still studied being a meteorologist. So I was just called a weather anchor at that point. So I have this one on YouTube too. I'm going to show you guys just the progress.
Maybe winter is going to skip us. Well, unfortunately, that's not the case. A 25-degree temperature.
I mean, that's the difference from college.
Just 10 minutes ago.
Hey, this is a good point that technical things happen all the time in the news business. So if this is what you want to do, if you want to be a reporter, if you want to do all of that, you know, I'm not going to, it wasn't easy. It wasn't my favorite. I do not like reporting. So being out in the snow, it's fun. But whenever I had to report and do, that's how I kind of knew that I didn't want to be a reporter anchor because I didn't like the shootings. I didn't like all that. You might be into it, and that's perfectly okay. And then you just pursue your career in reporting and anchoring. All right, so then this is when I went to Johnstown. So I spent about 3 years in Steubenville, Ohio, and then I got hired in Johnstown. And actually, long story, I was transferred within companies. I actually didn't even apply for Johnstown. The position came open, they reached out to me, the opportunity came, and I took it. So I'll show you this video. And this is the job. This resume reel is the one that got me my job here. So we'll go back here. And these are all on my YouTube channel, but I have some of them mostly private because there's some embarrassing videos.
So allow yourself a couple extra minutes as you are heading out the door. We are looking at reduced visibility in Clearfield down to less than a mile. Heavy rain is not over just yet.
So this wasn't too long ago. This was
that's for areas in the green, and that
about a
goes
year and a
till
half
Saturday
ago.
at 2 o'clock in the morning. It is very cold, but we've been doing
Groundhog Day. Super, super cold. My feet were frozen. So this job is not all glamour.
Some heavy downpours. We even have a few lightning strikes right now heading towards St. Mary's. Also,
So you see from KDKA when I interned here, the difference of how 6 years, the difference 6 years can make. So I promise you, if you're like, I can't do that, I'm not gonna be able to do that, I'm not gonna be good enough, you will. You have to apply yourself. You have to work hard at it and get criticism and, just talk to people. That's the only way you're gonna get somewhere is if you're open-minded. So now, here is a recent video at KDKA. This was just about a couple of weeks ago. What a difference.
I'm meteorologist Mary Ours with your CBSN Pittsburgh weather forecast. We started off the morning with our temperatures in the upper 50s. We had some rain. Now, sunshine.
We were going to have you guys do a little weather too on the green screen, but we can't do that now. But that's okay. So you get the point that, even if you want to be a meteorologist and then you start school as a meteorologist and you don't like it, you don't have to do that for your career. You really don't. So some things you might not know about the business. Morning shift. I was on it for 3 years. You have to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I do it on the weekends. We do our own hair and makeup. We buy our own clothes. We dress ourselves. We shoot, edit, report, and write our own stories. And I don't use a teleprompter. And right now, I'm not reading anything off the camera. I'm just kind of winging it. And I'm a scientist because I went to school for it. So this is about probably 8 years of schooling, 4 at Point Park, 4 at Mississippi State. The program I was in at Mississippi State usually takes 3 years. Took me 4 because guess what? I failed classes. I got a D in some of my classes, but guess what? I kept going, I retook those courses, and then I finally got my certification. So it just took a little bit longer just with paying for it. And it wasn't easy, but I wanted to do it, and it all paid off in the end. And social media is big. I know you hear that all the time. You're probably hearing it from other professors at Point Park talking to you about what social media is, but there's certain requirements, things you can post, things you can't post. And you have to have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You got to be active on all of them. You have to be professional. I like to do a mix of my personal and professional, but still, keep it clean. But yeah, it's social media, big requirement. And whenever I started in the business in Steubenville, Ohio, in 2013, that's when I first got a Twitter because it wasn't big back then. So here's a little behind the scenes. I wish I had a picture of where I was actually standing right now. So I'm kind of over here. Here's, if I'm looking straight out right now, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this big monitor, and then there's the anchor desk, and there's the green screen where I do the weather. So we have a TV that I can kind of look at. We also do the weather at this station too. So this is called our Storyteller, and you can touch it. So other than that, I did have some maps kind of give you guys an idea. If anyone wants to be a meteorologist, send me an email and I can give you all kinds of details that you need to know. But basically all the temperatures are generated, so we don't have to manually input those. The winter weather advisories that happen, those are from the National Weather Service, so we don't have to even color those in. It's all automated. So technology, back in the day, that was not a thing. And then radar, also automatic. We have, you can get radar on your phone. You can get it on different apps. So we have that from the National Weather Service in Moon. And we can also get radars from Ohio, also in State College. But this one is just showing snow and a little bit of a mix. That's that pink and purple. And we make this map. So whenever you see our snowfall forecast, we put the colors on, we write how much we expect, and it's all easy with our graphic system. We just got a new graphic system too. So, and then 7-day forecast we do ourselves. We can change the icons, we can write what we want, we import it into the web and send it to our graphic, but we can also go into the graphic and kind of do it ourselves, and we all collaborate with each other. But, you know, if you are interested in meteorology, you can shoot me a question. So this is kind of off here, but it's meteorologist Mary Ours, Mary Ours Weather, and then Mary Ours on my Instagram, and then mours@kdka.com. I messed the icons up here. So see, not perfect. Everything gets messed up. But again, any questions, just know that you don't have to know what you want to be right now. And it may take you a couple of years to get your dream job right out of college, or it may take you 10 years. You know, it all depends on what you want to do and believing in yourself. All right, everyone, I'm sorry if I bored you, but, you know, have a great rest of your day, and also stay safe and wash your hands. All right, bye guys.